don't understand it. That doctor told you days ago that you were pregnant, and you still haven't told your husband?
I've tried, Molly. Truly, I have tried. Last night I tried. Can't seem to find the right moment.
Oh, hey, with the right moment. If we all waited for those, the whole world would come to a screeching halt. Sure, you could have told them when you were putting your hair up. You could have told them when you were taking out the garbage, or... No, any of those things. What the heck difference does it make?
It does make some difference to me, Molly. I told you what Adam feels about children.
You told me what he feels about hypothetical children.
Molly, we were talking about our having a baby, not some other couple. Adam made it very clear to me exactly how he felt.
He'll just have to change his mind, won't he? And he will. Believe old Molly.
Yeah, that's what I kept telling myself last night. All I have to do is tell him the wonderful news and everything will be all right. I mean, there we were, talking about the future, what it was going to be like when this thing with Revenall was ended for once and for all.
Well, it is ended, isn't it? I mean, that man promised to leave you alone.
Well, there has been another development. I can't talk about it now.
It's got something to do with that man who was here yesterday. The one that came with Police Lieutenant Chandler, right?
I'm sworn to secrecy, Molly. Honestly. But it does mean that now, more than ever before, I can be sure that my future will not include any more attempts on my life. At least I certainly hope not.
Your future includes a baby, and it's just about time you let your husband in on it.
Yes, well, you see, that's exactly what I was trying to do. But it seems that Adam wanted to talk about a boat.
A boat?
Yes, a boat. I mean, he really has a fabulous idea for a 1-month honeymoon on a cabin cruiser sailing around the Leeward Islands. Oh, Molly, he's so excited about the idea.
Oh, that's wonderful. I think you both deserve a real honeymoon.
I dare say we do after what we've been through in the last 2 years.
Do it. Go on your honeymoon. Enjoy yourself. Having a baby shouldn't stop you. And after all, you're not made out of China, you know.
No, I'm not. It's just that I'm not sure he'll want to go when he finds out the truth.
You just wait to see how excited he is when you tell him there's going to be a little stowaway on board. You promise me now. You're not going to let another day go by without letting that man know he's going to be a daddy.
Well, I dare say I better sooner or later. He's going to get suspicious pretty soon if I don't.
It only gets worse when you postpone the inevitable. Take it from an expert. Oh, not on motherhood, on men.
Oh, really?
Of course. Anyway, I had 6 brothers clumping about the house. That's a fair sample of the breed, if you ask me.
All right, Molly. Just for you. I shall do it. I shall tell the man this very eve.
You mean it?
Yeah, I mean it. Just do me a favor. Don't you go telling him first.
Me? Oh, I keep my promises, Mama. I hope you keep yours. Well, here's the dynamic duo. How are you, fellas?
How are you? What's special for lunch today?
Oh, I suppose you want Swedish meatballs, Scandinavian, but we have veal limon, and I heartily recommend it.
Sounds good to me.
Well, hello.
How are you?
All right, thank you.
Good. No more dizzy spells or anything like that?
Now listen, if you're going to have a medical consultation, I may have to charge you rent, Tom.
Nicole, you're looking great.
Thank you very much. I'm feeling great. That's for publication.
I'm glad to hear that.
Come on, let's get to a table.
There's something else I'd like to ask you. It's not necessarily for publication, but what's the secret that Phil Marceau is trying to keep from me?
Secret? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think it has something to do with Revenant. Is there any news?
Oh, haven't heard anything since the tape he sent.
The tape in which he said, live and let live?
Hey, I thought you were going to have a big story in the newspaper. Whatever happened to that?
No, we've gone to press. It'll be in the Sunday edition. I got to see an advanced copy. It's terrific. It reads like a James Bond novel. Yeah, well, when I showed the advanced copy to Chief Marceau, he was acting very strange.
Maybe he didn't like his picture.
Well, it was if the story wasn't complete or there was something new.
Kevin, if you're suspicious of the chief of police, I think you should talk to him, not me.
I did, and Bill said no comment. Now, if Bill said no comment, that means he's got something to comment about.
What I'd like to know is if there have been any developments. Are they good news or bad news?
No comment. You'll excuse me for a moment.
If we're not going to get any information, maybe we can get some lunch, huh?
Right.
Okay. Can I get you guys a drink?
Not for me, thanks.
Just have a menu, Molly.
Okay.
Molly, I'm going out for just a minute.
Where?
Oh, I'm just feeling rather short of breath. I think I need a little fresh air.
Oh, maybe
I'll just go in a minute. I'll be right back. It's okay.
And a very nice dish of zucchini.
Looks fantastic.
Yeah, fancy. What more could an Irishman in the sweet one?
Where's Nicole? She dashed out of here in rather a hurry.
She did, didn't she? You know, my first instinct was to run right out after her, just like the old days.
So she is going around unguarded now.
She won't have it any other way since that man promised to leave her alone. She said she'd only be a couple of minutes. Oh, it is almost 15.
Did she say where she was going?
Just for a breath of fresh air. Can I get you something to drink? Wine or beer or...
Water for me, please.
That would be fine.
Yes? Oh.
I didn't know that Molly was Nicole's bodyguard.
Used to be. I don't think she's on the payroll anymore.
Nicole's that sure that everything's okay?
Yeah, evidently she is. I think the police share her optimism. At least Bill said that they believe what Reverend said.
Oh, still, she can't start getting careless now, can she?
No, you can't do that. So, how are things with the psychiatry business now that you have 2 paying patients?
Oh, no, wait a minute. I have 3 paying patients, if you count Tracy Maselli.
Ah, so you're still seeing Tracy?
Yeah, I see her and charge her 50 cents per visit, which is my absolute best rate.
You better be careful. You'll price yourself right out of the market.
Well, I'll let her pay you in installments.
You really think there's something wrong with Tracy that can't be solved just by getting her back together with Danny?
Would you think that repairing a broken marriage is the answer to all problems? It's not. It's like trying to retouch an X-ray.
You think the marriage should be broken?
I prefer to refrain from judgment on that.
What makes you so sure that you're qualified to make a judgment?
What, do you mean because I've never tried marriage?
You know the old saying, if you don't play the game, don't make the rules.
Well, you don't have to experience everything in life, Kevin.
I experienced marriage. I thought it was pretty great.
Well, people keep trying it all the time. Millions of people. Maybe someday someone will perfect it.
I thought my marriage was just about perfect. There we go. I can't seem to shake that subject, can I?
It's all right. You're not obliged to shake it. But how are things at the Whitney house now? You getting along there okay?
Yeah, it's a little strange. I mean, it's very comfortable. There are all sorts of creature comforts. But I guess I kind of feel at home in my room. My old room, the one I lived in before Phoebe and I were married.
What about Mrs. Whitney? How does she treat you?
Very carefully. I think she's afraid of coming on a little too strong. But that doesn't stop her from making comments about my career. She's not overjoyed at the fact that I'm a lowly crime reporter.
What does she want you to be?
A lowly politician.
Ah,
Here you are. I'm sorry. I forgot about your water.
it's okay. I forgot that I was thirsty. Thank you.
Can't help feeling nervous and wondering about Nicole. I was saying she's going to be a couple of minutes, you know.
Don't worry, she'll be back, Molly.
Can't seem to break the habit.
There's somebody coming right now.
Pardon me. Is there Mrs. Drake who works here?
Yes. Yes, there is. Why?
I've got something that belongs to her.
It is Nicole's purse, but what are you doing with it?
I'm just doing my duty, ma'am. Giving it back to the lady who lost it.
Lost it? How could Nicole have lost her purse?
Well, it happens all the time.
See if there's anything missing.
money here. And a wallet and makeup and...
And there's a couple of business cards from the New Moon restaurant. That's how I happen to know she might work here. Well, where is the lady?
She's not here. She's out.
Is that the purse that Nicole was carrying today?
I don't know. I guess it is.
Did she have it with her when she left?
I don't know. I mean, she must have. I mean, here it is.
The question is, how did she lose it?
But I don't know that.
Well, she could have just dropped it, of course. Getting on a bus or something. You know how ladies put their purse under their arm when they're getting on board.
Why would Nicole get on a bus? Or a cab or anywhere? She said she'd be a couple of minutes. Oh, God in heaven, what's happened?
I really don't think you need to get excited. I mean, if she'd been mugged or something, the guy wouldn't have just left her purse there.
Who found it and where?
It was found just around the corner, lying on the curb. Lady picked it up and handed it to me.
A lady?
Yeah, she runs the newspaper store on the corner. Although she was inside at the time, so she said she has no idea how it got there.
Who is she? Mother of God! What's happened to her? Who is she?
Now, there's no need to get excited or anything. I mean, Mrs. Drake was mugged or whatever, or the guy wouldn't have just left her purse there.
Who found it? Where?
It was found just right around the corner, lying on the curb. An old lady found it and handed it to me.
A lady?
The lady that runs the newspaper store on the corner. Only she was inside, so she's got no idea, how the purse got there.
Where is Nicole? God in heaven, what does it mean? I mean, where is she?
Now, lady, please, take it easy. Are you related to Mrs. Drake, or do you just work with her?
I'm a friend. Isn't that enough?
Well, I really think you've got nothing to worry about. You know how many lost pocketbooks we get turned into us?
You see, all the money inside of them.
Molly, that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
It's been over half an hour.
Miss, we're talking about a grown woman. Being gone half an hour doesn't exactly make it a missing persons case now. Does it?
Molly, I think all we can do right now is just wait. Officer, you will keep an eye out, won't you?
But I'll bet my bottom dollar that what your missing person is doing right now is chasing all over town looking for that lost purse.
And we hope so.
She'll probably be giving you a call any minute. Just don't worry about it.
I hope you're right. You better be right.
Don't worry. She'll be back soon. Well, I think it's a little early to sound the alarm.
Yes, I suppose you're right. Suppose you think I'm foolish to be so frightened, but... Well, you do know why, don't you?
I thought we weren't worrying about Nicole's problem anymore.
I wasn't. Maybe that was the mistake. Maybe I should have done. Oh, you don't think that, do you, Kevin? Oh.
Well, I think the officer had an interesting theory. Now, if Nicole did lose her purse, then she's probably out there looking for it right now.
Well, that would explain the delay, all right.
Yes, that's true.
Look, we'll wait a few more minutes. If Nicole doesn't come back, maybe Chris and I will take a look around the neighborhood.
Oh, would you do that?
Sure. But we should give her a few more minutes. Let's say long enough to finish our lunch. How's that?
Oh. I'm so sorry. Of course, I must get back to business. I can worry and work at the same time, can't I?
Kevin, what do you really think?
I don't know. I don't think it's probable that Nicole really lost her purse. Maybe if she was carrying a package or something else.
Yeah, well, at least we have that officer's theory to hang on to. For the next 15 or 20 minutes, anyway.
Yeah. If Nicole doesn't come back by then, Chris, we're going to have to report this.
Sure.
Another 10 minutes and still no word.
Well, Kevin stepped out. He thought it might be best if he took a look for her outside.
He's worried, isn't he? Oh, I know he's worried, I can tell. Just like
Molly,
me.
relax. She hasn't even been gone an hour yet.
Shouldn't have let her go. I shouldn't have let her out of my sight.
Did she say anything to you about where she was going to go or why?
Not a whisper. Well, did you find anything?
Nothing. I went as far as the school on Sycamore Street and all the way up to the bus station on the other end.
Oh, Lord.
Molly, don't get hysterical. It doesn't mean anything. Just because I didn't see Nicole, it doesn't mean...
What? Go on, say it. It's what we're all thinking, isn't it?
It doesn't mean that Nicole was abducted or assaulted or anything like that. Does that make it easier, having heard it said aloud?
Well, no, it doesn't.
I thought we were sure that Revenant had called off his hired killers.
Well, there is another possibility. Nicole could be ill.
You mean maybe she relapsed into her coma?
Well, it's possible, yes.
You mean maybe she had a blackout or something like that?
Well, it's possible. She's been under a terrific strain. Now, there's no telling what damage might have been done to her psyche as a result.
You think she could have cracked up or had another breakdown?
Well, although she seemed perfectly normal to us, it would be impossible to tell what was going on in her head. In cases like this, the fears don't usually show themselves until after the immediate danger is gone. It's a form of paranoia dementia. When she was out there, something as non-sinister as a car backfiring, say, could have triggered something in her mind, which would have caused her to go back to an emotional state in which she would have been completely disoriented.
Oh, Doc, I hope you know how you're making me feel.
What you say is true, Chris. Nicole probably needs help.
Look, we must call the police.
I think we've got to let them know about it.
Let's call the chief. I always believe in going to the top.
Oh, yes. I'd like to speak to Chief Marceau, please. This is Kevin Jameson. It's very important. Oh, I see. Well, then, could you connect me with Lieutenant Chandler? Bill's not there right now. Hello, Luke. This is Kevin Jameson.
Hello, Kevin. I hope you're not calling me for a story, because I'm very busy this morning.
No, I'm calling you about something that I hope is not a story.
What do you mean?
Luke, I'm at the New Moon Cafe. Nicole Drake walked out of here about 45 minutes ago to get a breath of fresh air, and she hasn't come back.
Wait a minute. Run through that again.
She just disappeared. She didn't tell Molly where she was going, but she just said she'd be gone for a few minutes.
Kevin, you are talking to a married man. When my wife says she's going out for a couple of minutes, 45 minutes is usually the norm.
Yeah, Luke, I know, but there's something you don't know about it. A few minutes ago, a policeman came in, and he had Nicole's purse.
What? Where did he find it?
He found it about a block and a half away, laying next to the curb.
I don't like the sound of that.
No, I don't either. I took a quick look around the neighborhood to see if I could spot her.
Was she acting strangely?
No, I don't think she was. Molly, she wasn't acting depressed or anything, was she?
Well, no, she wasn't singing for joy, but she wasn't depressed.
Look, I don't know what to do. I mean, we can't report her as a missing person. I mean, it hasn't even been an hour yet.
Yeah, but Nicole Drake is a very special case. I'll tell you what, Kevin, you sit tight. I'm going to find out where the chief's having lunch, and I'll talk to him.
All right, thanks.
Oh, Kevin.
Yes?
If Nicole just happens to come waltzing in there, would you call me pronto, please?
I will do.